Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. I see that a lot of you are popping on now. Thank you so much for being on the PIHRA membership orientation webinar. I'm here. I thought it would be fun for you all to see me. I haven't done this before and my camera isn't great. So if any of you get tired of looking at me, please let me know. But we're just gonna wait for more people to pop on. We have a large crowd, at least we're expecting a large crowd. So I'm just gonna give it another minute or so. It's the top of the hour. So we have a moment, even though I do talk a lot and I have a lot to cover. Just so you know, feel free to make comments into the Q&A box. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, I'll just say hello. That'd be great. And I want to make this as interactive as possible. So we do have a couple polls that we're going to be doing, and we will be monitoring the chat box or the Q&A box. I do see some things in the chat. I'm working with my co-host. Oh, great. Thank you, Alexi. Thank you, Rafat. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name. Hello, hello. I'm working with my co-host, Elisette Sapian, who you'll meet in a moment. So she's going to be helping me with the chat box and the polls. So hi, Karen. Nice to meet you too. Hi, Gregorio. So wonderful. We'll just give it another moment and I'll get started here. Elisette, can you talk? Can people hear you?
Hi, everybody.
Oh yeah, you're there.
Yeah, hello.
Great, great, great. Okay, wonderful. So again, welcome all of you to the PIHRA membership orientation. My name is Lily and I'll introduce myself a little bit more in a moment. Really excited to have you. This is the first time that we're actually doing a video with the PowerPoint, so it should be fun. I put a little makeup on for you guys today. You know what? We're right around 12:03, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. We had around 54 people register for the webinar. I expect around 25 people to participate, which is great. We're almost there. This webinar isn't the typical webinar that I did before the pandemic started. So, but I think that it's gone really well this way. So we will most likely continue to do something similar in the future as the pandemic kind of scales down and we go to a different sort of situation. This is an extraordinary time for all of you. I want you to know that we're here for you. We want to make sure that you're safe, that you have the tools that you need. So I want to make this, again, as interactive as possible. You will meet Elisette, unless, I don't know, Elisette, if you're on or not, but she will be chiming in from time to time. She'll be monitoring your questions. We'll be answering them live. And please participate. Again, Q&A or chat box would be fine. And I'm going to get going here. See if this works for me. Voila. Okay, so this is the agenda for today. We're doing a general update on what's happening with PIHRA. I'm going to introduce you to our membership team, and we're going to launch a poll because I really want to make sure that you get the most out of this webinar. I mean, this is 45 minutes of your life that you're not going to get back. So I want to make sure that you get what you were looking for when you signed up for this webinar. And then, you know, based on what we find out from you, I'll either go directly into some of those questions, or I'll go into more general overview talk about some member benefits, the learning and networking that we have available now, and then just wrap things up. During the learning and networking portion, I do have another poll because I'm very interested in what sort of learning you need today. And so we kind of have a fun poll for that. I am going to keep going. But again, chime in. We're looking for your questions or chats or comments or greetings. So here's a general update on what's going on with PIHRA. Again, the health and safety of our community is our top priority. And as a result, we have decided to cancel all in-person PIHRA events through the end of July. So this is an update. We had updated, we had canceled all events up through May 31st, but to be as cautious as possible, we have canceled all of them until the end of July. But we have a lot of virtual events going on that I'm going to share with you. We still have our coronavirus resources page open, so please check there frequently for any new resources that we have available, our webinars that we have going on. So, you know, we're here for you, and that is a great resource for you. In March, at the end of March, as a result of what we were seeing in the community, we decided to offer this PIHRA All Access Pass. And it's a complimentary PIHRA membership that you have access to all of our member benefits, all of our webinars at the member price. And that is still available, but it expires May 31st. So you have a very short window to take advantage and leverage some of those benefits, but I encourage you to do so. We've had a lot of people sign up and take the opportunity to use the member benefits. The good news is that after May 31st, you will be able to activate a regular membership, and we will provide 2 options to our members to renew. And so the renewal would be to a 12-month PIHRA membership. You would be able to renew as a regular member at the rate of $125, or if you are furloughed, in transition, or being underpaid for whatever reason, you can also renew as an in transition member, and that rate is $75 for the 12 months. And you would also be eligible for in transition rates to any of our face-to-face meetings that will likely start happening in August, late summer, or early fall. So that's the good news on that. So, okay, great. As I mentioned, we're going to start a poll. We want to know, what information do you want to walk away from today? So, Elisette, will you start our poll for us? Great. So we do have a raised hand. I'm going to address that after the poll. Thank you. So please let us know what you'd like to know before the end of this webinar. We'll give it another 30 seconds. Please reply. All right. Seminars and conferences, benefits. Great. All right, let's give it another couple seconds. People are still, all right, 5 more seconds and you can shut it down, Elisette, and then post the results. Great. So a lot of people are interested in the PIHRA workplace and those sorts of benefits, and seminars, networking, but HR certification is top there, and then the PIHRA SHRM relationship is what I'm guessing. So PIHRA benefits, great. We could stop sharing the results and move forward. I believe that we had a raised hand. Rafat, if you raised your hand, can you, do you have a question that you could send us in the chat box? We are not opening up the lines at all, sorry. All right, let's see, let's go to the chat box. Okay, no question. Okay, perfect. So I am going to go through some of the things that you requested. So the PIHRA workplace is one of the things that I'm going to cover. But let me introduce a couple people to you first, and I will spend a little bit of time here, and then I'll go to the PIHRA workplace, and I think the seminars and conferences. If you have a specific question about anything related to the benefits, the PIHRA workplace benefits, or any specific questions about the conferences and seminars that we have planned, or any virtual events, that would be really helpful so that I could reply. So I'm Lily. Elisette is also on the line. I am so pleased to be helping you with your membership and making sure that you get the most out of your membership. I am very good at replying via email. So one of the expectations I have of my team is that we reply to any emails, any phone calls within 24 hours in a working week. And so that's what we strive for. The best way to get a hold of me is via email. My email address is here on this page. We will be getting you this deck right after this is over. So within an hour or so, we'll get it to you via email. And Elisette, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, sorry, my computer was turned off. Hello, everybody. My name is Elisette Sapien. I'm the membership coordinator here at PIHRA. I'm glad that you've joined us today. I am usually the first person that you speak to if you dial the main number on the screen. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm going to be interacting with you via the chat box, the Q&A. And feel free to reach out to us after the webinar is over as well. We want to hear from you. We want to help you, and we want to make the best out of this webinar. We want to make sure that you continue to receive the benefits that we have to offer. And if you have any questions, please, again, feel free to interact with us via the Q&A box.
All right. Jason Renda is also on this page. He is a volunteer leader. So there's plenty of volunteer opportunities with PIHRA as well, if you're interested. Jason is an HR practitioner, very accessible. Also, you feel free to email him if you have any questions and feel more comfortable reaching out to him. All right, a little bit about us. Our mission is to engage, elevate, and serve the HR community in California. And the way we do that is through professional development and seminars and different sorts of programs, high impact networking opportunities. So we also have some great benefits that I'm really excited to talk to you about. But everything we do is based on this mission. Here are some key players. As I mentioned, we're volunteer-led. We have 17 chapters, which I didn't see many people had questions about our 17 chapters, but you'll see a map of it anyway. Patty Ann Sprinkle is the 2020 president of the PIHRA board. She was a chair of one of our chapters. It was PIHRA Antelope Valley. Now she's retired. She lives in Arizona, but she's decided that being the president of the board is a great way to, for her to give back to the community that helped her during her career. And so she's still very engaged and very active. Also on this page is my boss, Rafael Rivera. He's the Chief Executive Officer of PIHRA. He joined now 10 years ago, and I really credit him for taking PIHRA to the next level. He helped us rebrand the PIHRA annual conference to the California HR Conference, which is now one of the largest HR conferences on the West Coast. So really excited about that. And he's built a great team. Really feel proud of working with Rafael and with our PIHRA team. Just a little bit of a snapshot on who the PIHRA members are. So we have right around 4,500 members. 32% are HR certified. And I see that some people had questions about HR certification. I do have a slide on that. But again, any specific questions that I can answer would be awesome. So, and if I can't answer them today, I will investigate them and get back to you on it. Right around 34% are at the HR manager generalist level, and 33% are at the director level. And hopefully my face isn't in the way here. The top 3 industries that are represented by our members are manufacturing, consulting, and healthcare. We also have a certain segment of our membership that we call service providers. And those are those natural partners to HR, so the benefit brokers, the PEOs, the staffing folks. So they also are very active within our membership and great resources for you. There are the best connectors. So for example, if you're looking for a new challenge, a new position, they know about a lot of the different positions that are available out there because their job is to network within the HR community. So again, any questions, let me know. Here's the chapter map that I wanted to share. And I do see a question, so I'm going to pause for a moment. Yes, Jackie, I'm going to tell you about our Think HR because we do. So the question was regarding our benefits. The PIHRA workplace, which I'm going to get to in a moment, we are powered by Think HR. So I am going to get there in a moment. So these are our chapters. Our largest chapter is our, down here, South OC, and they have over 700 members. Our second largest chapter is PIHRA Los Angeles. That's where we were founded. Actually, a little bit of history on PIHRA, I forgot to tell you before, is that we were established in 1944 by a group of personnel managers. And this is where I like to say we were established before SHRM. SHRM was established, I believe, in 1948, somewhere in the Midwest. I don't remember if it was Indiana or Illinois or Ohio, sorry, but somewhere in the Midwest. And so we are older than SHRM. Obviously, SHRM is global, much larger than PIHRA now, but we are the largest SHRM affiliate in the world. They do have affiliates in India and I believe in China, but we are the largest for sure in the United States and I believe in the world. So that is our relationship with SHRM. We are affiliate, we have a chartered agreement with them and we work closely with them. In case, hopefully that answers your question regarding PIHRA and SHRM. And if you're interested in why join PIHRA, why join SHRM, you know, it's best to join both. We complement each other. If you are very interested in, you know, what we can compete with SHRM on is the great resources, the HR magazine they put out, the cutting edge research in the HR field that they are tapped into. They're just fantastic. The website tools are very easy to use. So great resource on the SHRM side. Now what we bring to the table is we also have resources like the PIHRA workplace that is powered through Think HR, but we have that local connection. This is where you're going to be able to build your HR board of directors with people that you can call in your time zone and that you could eventually meet. And so that is the PIHRA advantage, is that you have 17 chapters that you can connect with. Once we get back to our face-to-face meetings, you can meet them face-to-face and network with them. We also, we'll talk about this in a moment, in this webinar, but we have virtual networking opportunities now that you'll be able to see people's faces as well and connect and really get that advice on whatever you're dealing with in the office right now, or if you're going through a career transition, asking about, you know, what sorts of things that you should be highlighting on your resume to get to the position that you want. So that's where PIHRA comes in to get you that those relationships, those lifelong relationships that will help you in your career and even personally. I know I have a friend, I was a PIHRA member before I ever dreamed of being on staff. I didn't do my story because I think we have a lot to get through today, but I met someone at PIHRA Long Beach. That was my first chapter. And by the way, as a member, you can go to any chapter. You usually pick a home chapter. So that was my home chapter. And I met my friend Paula Cohen. And I never forget when I asked her, why are you a member? Why have you become a member and stayed a member for so long? And she says that she met her best friend through PIHRA. So if you ever go to a PIHRA Long Beach event or to our conference, most likely you're going to see Paula Cohen and Jenny Klein together at an event or at a happy hour. So that's the PIHRA advantage. And that's how PIHRA helps move HR people forward through those connections and that networking and the community that we've built. A lot of people call us the PIHRA family. Okay, let's move forward here because I want to get to the benefits because I hear that you want to hear about those. We do have 3 specialty groups. The PIHRA Foundation, it's its own 501c3. They also give scholarships, so visit their site. We have Club PIHRA, and they focus on those HR practitioners who are responsible for employee recognition, the Christmas party, the summer party. So they have quarterly events. Right now, they don't have events going, but they usually do, and it's at Magic Mountain, for example. So it's at a venue where you might have an employee event. They're so much fun. That's like the fun side of HR. So if you have a chance in the future to go to one of their events, check it out. We also have the Emerging Leaders group, and this group is here to, they're actually in a transformation period right now. They were focused when they launched in 2015, and I'm so happy I helped launch them. We actually won the SHRM Pinnacle Award for our work with young professionals. But back then they were really focused on the young professional 35 and under. Right now, we're trying to expand that and be more inclusive. So we're calling them emerging leaders, and they're redefining themselves. So it's really about people who are emerging as leaders in HR, who want to connect with other people in those positions. And they have a virtual happy hour coming up on June 4th. So if you're interested in meeting them and meeting the board, register for that event. It's free. And connect with them to see where what they have going on right now. Okay, so here's the benefits piece. So I'm gonna kind of go through this really fast, but I've been able to monetize our membership. And like I said, you can become a member right now for $125. And if you're in transition, $75, and you get $3,000 worth of value. I mean, the relationships you're gonna build, if you really stick to it, I'm a little shy and it doesn't seem like it, so it's hard for me. But if you can build one of our volunteer leaders calls it her HR Fab 5, and those 5 people on your speed dial that you can call if you have a sexual harassment situation come up, or a lawsuit mediation thing coming up, or you have a difficult employee that you don't know how to deal with. You want to be able to call those Fab 5 on your speed dial. So if you don't have the 5 HR Fab 5 on your speed dial, you need to join PIHRA. Also, our professional development is top notch. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the topics that we have coming up now. And then I know someone wanted to hear about the PIHRA Workplace. So the PIHRA Workplace is fueled by Think HR. Now, the PIHRA Comply tool, you get this all for free. You get, with the PIHRA Comply webinars, there's the job description builder. And what's really exciting is they have the living 50-state employee handbook builder. I know a lot of people right now are changing a lot of policies and procedures because of this back to work initiative that's going on and the pandemic. So this is a really easy way for you to refresh your employee handbook and build upon it. So that alone would cost you $500. And I also believe you get the Spanish version with the PIHRA membership. If you don't, it's a very nominal fee to upgrade to the Spanish version. There is a salary benchmarking tool on there. So there's a lot of great stuff. So just there, it's approximately $500 to $600 that you're saving. This PIHRA Live is fantastic. Also free with the PIHRA membership. You have unlimited calls to PIHRA Live, which is basically an HR hotline where you can call a senior certified HR practitioner to ask any question that you have. It's not an attorney, so I don't recommend that you replace that with speaking to a general counsel or your attorney if the matter is getting to that point. But it's a great place for you to start. They also usually they answer your question right away. During the pandemic, it can take a little longer, and then they will reply via email with any follow-up documentation within 24 hours. When I did it, again, it wasn't during the pandemic. I had a question regarding hiring. They followed up right away with the application that I needed so that I was in compliance with the state law. So I do see a question. Lisette, can you read that for me?
I don't see a new question. Is it on the chat box? Oh, yes, I see it. Can PIHRA Live answer career questions?
You know, I don't believe so. So I'm thinking that you have a career transition question. That is likely not going to be helpful. We do have Career Arc. Elisa, can you put that in the chat box, please? So if you go to PIHRA.org/career arc, and I don't remember if it's in this deck or not. Oh, it is. It's on, I'm going to get there. So we have a great resource for our members who are in transition. It's called Your Next Step by Career Arc, and it's a online career transition platform, and it has all kinds of activities. So it has a resume builder workshop, and it's all online, so you could do it in your pajamas or in the middle of the night if you wake up. They also may have a 30-minute coaching session that you can that you might be able to access. I just haven't been on the site for a long time. So I would go for that. I would go to PIHRA.org/career-arc or PIHRA.org/your-next-step if you're a member, and you'll get a 6-month license to use that. So that Career Arc is usually only utilized through corporations who have licensed that for their employees. So that's the tool that I would use if I were you. All right, any other questions about PIHRA Workplace or anything Think HR? So when I talk about PIHRA Workplace, it's basically Think HR, just to be clear. For some of you who may know Think HR very well, they do have what is called the Learn package, and that is an enterprise-wide learning platform system that you can use for your employees. We are not offering that with the membership, but PIHRA members get a fantastic price on that. And if you're interested, please let us know. We can connect you with the right person to speak to about that. It includes a PIHRA Learn, includes all the online sexual harassment training for supervisors, the employee one that came out last year, I believe. So if you're interested in that, that's a little separate. We're not offering that with, it's like a $10,000 value. We were offering it last year, but unfortunately it became cost prohibitive for us to offer it with our membership this year, but it is available at a reduced cost. In terms of training, if you're interested in training for your employees, we also have a partner, C3 Communications. And they do, if you qualify and if you're interested, we can give you that information as well. Actually, Ellie said, if you could look that up for me and put it in the chat box. They offer all kinds of live training, including Six Sigma, customer service, English as a second language. So, but you do have to qualify. It is through a grant that the state is offering, but we can get you information on how to figure out if you qualify or not. And that would be free for your company. Yeah, so I do see some other things in the chat box. Elisa, can you help me read those?
Yes. Someone is having trouble with their membership login and are asking who they can contact. So I can contact.
Yeah, you contact us.
I can contact you directly and I can help you log in.
Right. And Alexi, I see that you haven't been able to access Think HR. So we'll send you a note separately to make sure you get on that. Just so you know, it does take a couple days if you just became a member to get access. So the access isn't immediate, but we can get you access. And if you have any trouble, don't hesitate to email me at membership@PIHRA.org or call this number, call our number. Actually, don't call Think HR because they're not going to be able to help you if you don't have access. We're the ones that grant the original access, and we'll help you troubleshoot anything there. All right, any other questions? Let me make sure I'm answering everybody. So Katona, you can contact us at membership@PIHRA.org for your login if you're having any trouble with the login, in case no one replied to you. Okay, all right, moving on. Thank you for being engaged in this. HR education. So we're going to talk a lot about the learning, and I think some of you had questions regarding any seminars or conferences. If you have I'm going to talk in general, but if you have a specific question, let me know. We have, under normal circumstances, we have monthly PIHRA meetings at all 17 chapters. So if you're a PIHRA member, you get the member rate regardless of what chapter meeting you go to. Now, if you want to ensure that you get the chapter rate, you'll want to register in advance online, because what happens is if you show up on site and it's not your home chapter, they may not have you on their roster, so they may not be able to verify that you're a member. So I just want to warn you on that. We have webinars. Right now, we are just blowing up the virtual learning because we're all at home and we want to stay safe. So I'm going to share a couple of those with you later on. We have the PIHRA conferences and seminars, the PIHRA Legal Update, the California HR Conference. We did announce that we are postponing that conference. So I don't have a lot of details for you if you're interested in that. It's usually in August in Long Beach. We believe we're postponing that till the fall. But on June 8th, we have an official announcement that will be made. If you have any specific questions about the California HR Conference or PIHRA Legal Update, let me know. And if I have a reply, I will definitely reply here. We also have specialty programs that we put on, and we have HR certification prep courses that we put on as well. We have one running. I'm actually doing the SHRM CP prep course right now. We have another one starting in June. So we have a lot of learning options available to you. And this is about career transition someone asked earlier. So this is the member benefit that I want you to focus on. Go to PIHRA.org/career-arc. You may have to be signed in to the PIHRA website with your username and password to get access to the license. But the other cool thing about this platform is that you can rehearse answering questions through video. So you can videotape yourself answering questions just to see how you're coming across. That's really important because it's all about perception and how people perceive you. I believe you might get a free 30-minute career coaching, but I'm not sure about that. So that might have been something that they did last year and may not be doing it this year. But that's another option. There's so many different workshops on here. There's a resume workshop, there's a pitch workshop, there's networking workshop. So please take advantage of this. I'm glad someone asked about that. Volunteer. If you're looking for that great new opportunity in HR, I highly suggest that you volunteer with PIHRA. 80% of the jobs that people get it through their network. And as a volunteer, this is where people are going to see your work ethic, your work quality. They're going to get to know you. So I am fascinated by the way our volunteers are connected. I have two stories off the top of my head I know volunteers getting jobs because of their connection through PIHRA. One is Maru Treviso. She was the chair of Inland Valley. She had worked as HR director for many years for one company and got her new job, which is it's with SEMA. It's another association, but I call them the Hot Rod Association. There's, God, I forget. Specialty Equipment Marketing Association, I think SEMA stands for, SEMA, and she loves her job. It's a great association. They have a fabulous conference every year. Well, they did every year in Vegas, and so she got her job because of the visibility she got being a volunteer. And there's many ways to volunteer. If you're interested in finding out more about that, let me know. I could introduce you to a chapter that may be convenient for you. Again, the chapters aren't meeting right now, but they are putting on virtual networking events, and they could possibly need your help. So please consider that. Now, so a lot of you had questions about seminars and conferences. Anything specific in the chat box, Elisette, that I should consider right now?
I just answered a question from, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Thu Lee, who asked, does that mean we're only allowed to choose one chapter to interact with? Or do we just need to contact any non-home chapters to ask to participate in their event?
Okay, well, that's a great question. So again, when you become a member, you pick your preferred chapter. Now, you do not have to ask a chapter to attend their event. But what my point is that you want to register online for another chapter's event to get the member price. So that was the point. If you just show up to a chapter meeting and you want to pay when you get there, they may not be able to give you the member price. But if you pay in advance online at our calendar, PIHRA.org/calendar, then you'll get the member price because you'll be logged in as a member, and that's how the system knows that you're a member. So hopefully that makes sense. But any chapter will welcome you. They just may have difficulty giving you the member price. But all the chapters are great, by the way. If you have any questions about a particular chapter, let me know, because all of our chapters, they're in different geographies, one, but they all have a different character, you know, just like every organization has its own culture. A lot of our chapters do as well, and I could introduce you to them, so they're great. Usually members get $15 off the non-member price, so you're getting a good discount there. That's a minimum discount you're going to receive. Some of our virtual events, for example, they're free for members, and there's a cost for non-members. You also get the member rate for the conference. HR certification, this is a biggie. I think some of you had questions about HR certification. So the two certification agencies are HRCI. You can go to their website at hrci.org. And then a new certification agency that just sprouted up in 2015 is SHRM. So if you Google SHRM certification, you'll find out more about them. You could also go to our site, PIHRA.org/HRCert to get more information. There's also, I know a lot of people are like, which certification should I choose, etc. There's probably some webinars on that site that may help. We engage SHRM in a webinar to speak to our members about why pick the SHRM, and we also engage HRCI to engage our members on why pick HRCI. So we do have some prep courses. Right now, the one right now was sold out. So we had to start a new one, a SHRM CP and a SHRM SCP virtual prep course starts on June 2nd. We have an associate PHR that's through HRCI. So the PHR and SPHR, those are through HRCI. We have the APHR starting on June 6th. The PHR starting on June 1st, and we have the PHR California, which is based on all California employment law. That starts in August, and we have the SPHR starting on June 1st as well. So if you have any specific questions about certification, I might not be the best. I'm studying for the certification, so I could share what I want, what I think, but I could also introduce you to people who are certified or our program or education director, and she can help walk you through some of that. All right, I think I got PIHRA Workplace, HR seminars, PIHRA and SHRM, and I think that was most of the questions I had. If I didn't answer the questions that you had and you wanted to walk away with, please put it in the chat box, and we'll get that answered for you, or I'll research it for you and get back to you. Join us. I cannot emphasize enough. I just got off the phone with somebody, and they do mentoring, and they really have spent this pandemic's time reaching out, because what we want and what other people want is for you never to isolate. You're not in this alone. I know I don't know what I'd be doing without my PIHRA team. So we have a lot of free virtual learning going on. May 26th, we have the last COVID episode of our webinar series happening. It's free for all. Just register for it. We have happy hours going on. PIHRA Coachella Valley, they meet out of Palm Desert. That's free. Woodland Hills is having a happy hour next week as well, free. Another PIHRA webinar, you know, how to be calm in the midst of this chaos that's happening probably in your workplace. That's free for members. So here's just some of the things that we have going on. On June 1st, we have the Back to Work episode series starting. So a lot of you might be thinking about that. That's free for members. The All Access Pass, as I mentioned, it's expiring May 31st. So if you have any trouble, you know, paying for a membership, call me. Let's see if I could work something out for you. But we have 2 price points right now. If you are looking for an HR position or in the middle of an HR transformation at the workplace right now, I strongly encourage you make this investment. It's one that you're not going to regret. So this is where we wanted to launch a poll, right, Elisette? We want to know from you, what are the topics that you're interested in? What is, you know, your biggest concern in HR right now? Because I'll be able to share this with our programs team to see if maybe they can focus on some of these webinars. If there's something that I haven't listed on here, please send it in the chat. A topic that you feel we haven't addressed here in this poll, and we will consider it that way as well. All right. So we've launched this poll for 30 seconds, and I'm running out of time here, but I think I'm almost done. All right. Is everyone participated? A couple more. Let's give it another 15 seconds. Lot of people back to work plan. That's what I figured. Understanding employment law is big. Employee engagement. Great. Great, great, great. All right, let's end the poll and share the results. Great. Good to know. So I'll save this information and pass this on, but the back to work plan is a biggie. I see it. And the understanding employment law, wonderful. So you'll have to come to our PIHRA legal update. We're still planning on doing something in January 2021. If you haven't ever attended, it's someone just told me our conference and our PIHRA legal update should win awards because, you know, like I said, I love my team. We really do a good job. All right, let's stop sharing these results, and I'm just going to close up here. I have a couple more slides to share with you. Again, before we leave, if you have any questions that I didn't answer, let me know. We have online learning. So if you're a non-member, you could purchase the webinars. Or if you're a member, a lot of the webinars are in our library. They're free. Our programs team is here to help. So again, we'll send this deck to you so you have this contact information. Connect yourself. Right now, it's a time to stay connected, even if it's virtual. Connect with us on chats, connect with us on LinkedIn, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, on the forums. Go to PIHRA.org. I don't know if we put this on here. If you could put it in the chat box, PIHRA.org/chats. That's when all of our Zoom chats are happening, and they're fabulous. I was just on one last night. It was a great happy hour. And I'm here for you as well. Elisette's here for you. We want to make sure that you not only get everything you need as a PIHRA HR professional in California, but as a PIHRA member, you're part of the PIHRA family. So please let us know if you need anything. It's 12:45, and I want to honor your time. I'm so grateful that you joined us today. I think we've answered. Oh, here's a question. Yes. When you say free for members, does it mean those that registered for the All Access Pass? Yes. So until that, so like I mentioned, the All Access Pass expires May 31st. So you are a member until May 31st, and it'll be free for you. We will give you a 10-day grace period to renew to full membership. After that, you will not be considered a member anymore. So that's a great question. So after pretty much June 10th, you will not have access to, as an All Access Pass member, you won't have access to the virtual learning for free or PIHRA Workplace through ThinkHR. Very good question. And with that, we'll be following up with you to make sure you get your access and that you get access to the website and through ThinkHR. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful that you've attended the webinar. Feel free to reach out to me. You'll get this deck within an hour, and we'll do our best to get back to you. And have a great Memorial Day weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, I do have a question if you're still on, Virginia. All Access Pass is temporary. It was a complimentary membership through May 31st. It expires May 31st. Membership is a paid membership, and it lasts 12 months. So if you're still on, that answers that question. And all right, thank you. Please feel free to reach out via email. Take care.